Good morning to all of you. Our today topic is how to handle interview. You can see in this lecture you will learn the way you conduct yourself at the interview. What will the interviewer is looking for? This is the main focus of the session. Okay. Then how to handle interview? How to handle interview? So to handle interview is a difficult work. Okay, so we should know some important points about interview. This session will make this difficulty faced by a number of interviewees during interviews. If you watch and note, you will make yourself competent during interview. So look here, you can see in this lecture you will learn the way you conduct yourself at the interview. What will the interviewer is looking for? Here are some great points to help you put your best foot forward. So first, what is here? You should know about what is interview. What is interview? The word interview is derived from words meaning side between or viewpoint in employment. The interview is a meeting between two people, the employer and the applicant. Then, what is the purpose of the job interview? We have a number of interviews, okay, but our focus or target is job interview. We are learning about job interviews. The purpose of the meeting is for the employee to get a view of the applicant and for the applicant to get a view of the employer. This is important. They meet each other. The employer's aim during the interview is to find out if the applicant can be service to the company, and the applicant aim is to find out if the company be of service to him. It means this is the purpose. The company need a competent person and the applicant need a good job. So this is the purpose. Then, what should be done? Important points to be kept in mind at the time of interview and before appearing in an interview. During interview, your skill and abilities are at background, but the employer wants to know the personal but positive quality of a person. He can depend on in his or her work. Fundamental quality all employees demand for is a person. He a personal or a person honesty, refraining from stealing, lying, doing without supervision, punctuality, regularity, devotion, rights of others, justice, and a fair play in dealing. These are very important. Okay, so honesty is the most important thing. Refraining from stealing, lying, doing without supervision, punctuality, regularity, devotion, rights of others, justice, and fair play in dealing. So these are focus of the employer, especially the implicit traits of the interview, and he is looking for. And implies attitude and behavior is also a targeted aim of the employer during interview. This is also important. So whoever wants to appear in an interview, his attitude, his behavior, okay, is they are very important. Then which one is the most important? We should the interviewee should know his own goal. It means know your own goals. Know your own goals. So if we don't know about our goals, so it will be difficult to clarify. A prospective employer is interested in your sense of values and your attitude towards your work. What are you seeking in a lifetime job? What are your inner drives? Are you very ambitious or only moderately so? And why? What do you want to achieve through your work? Inner fulfillment through the use of your talents, contribution to society, fame, political power, position in society, wealth, home, comforts, ease in retirement, job security, travel before applying for a job. Be sure you know why you want that job or a particular salary. The interview will try to find out. Don't answer his question with money. Okay, don't use this one, money. But go beyond that. Explain your motivation in terms of basic goals. You should have basic goals, okay? Clarify this goal in your own mind first so that you can talk about them intelligently and clearly when called upon to do so. So we should think about some goals and fix these goals, and during our interview we should be clear about, in addition to making certain of your soundness of character and basic motivation. An employer wants to know whether you have good judgment in matter relating to your work. This quality is sometimes referred to as occupational intelligence. Implied know that it takes more than the mastery of certain skill to function successfully in a job. So these are qualities. But we should know, or you should know, goals. They want people who are aware of the complexity of a job, understand the personal relations it involves, and are resourceful in meeting new or difficult situation. An occupationally intelligent person knows the value of time, the time that belongs to him and the time that belongs to his employer. He is alert to errors and to new information that will improve his efficiency. If you are such a person, you have the qualification that employers value highly. An employer is always interested in any special talent or exceptional quality that a job applicant may have, such as unusual creativity, imagination, analytical skill, or leadership and executive ability. If you have any one of these proficiency to a marked degree, you should bring it to the attention of your prospective employer. If you recognize a department in another company, they were increasing efficiency, or if you won a prize for accomplishment related to your work, tell him about it. So these are very important points. These are very important points. So we should know our own goals before appearing in an interview. Besides, we have some important tips and steps, 6 keys to making a good impression. What is the first one? Personal traits. Good. So the most obvious of your personal traits are your physical appearance, deportment, and speech. We all form our first and sometimes lasting impression of other people on the basis of these external features. If an employee's first impression of you is unfavorable, it will be that much more difficult for you to make an effective presentation. The starting points for an attractive physical appearance are cleanliness and neatness. Do you spend a half hour in the morning and half hour at night on personal grooming? Is your hair neat and becomingly styled? What about your attire? Find out early in life what type of clothing is right just for you, not anyone else. Seek the advice of a professional in that field if necessary. Wear the appropriate clothes for the occasion for a job interview. You need business clothes, not those you would wear to a sport event. The interviewer will draw conclusion from your apparel before you have said a word. He will notice the cut and quality of a man's suit, the harmonious nature of a woman's outfit. Take a critical look at yourself in the mirror. If you see anything that can be improved, start at once. Let your physical appearance play a positive role in getting the job. Good department should complement a pleasing physical appearance, know the essential of good manner, and practice them with everyone until they become automatic. Good manner are they consist of behavior that is appropriate, considered, and natural to eliminate any irregularity in your deportment. Study people with critical charm and poise. Notice their behavior with men and women. Good manner will help you all at the stage of your career. So, good manner is the most important point of your interview. Okay, if an interview has the power of good manner, so he or she can attract and impress the employer. One more thing which is very important, a good listener. So an interviewee must be a good listener. Okay. So during the interview, he or she should listen carefully, and the employer also try his best to know the power of interviewee, because during his services or her services, he or she should deal other people. So if they have strong listening power, they can perform in a better way. So the interviewee should have a good listener, a good listening power. Without a good listening power, it will be difficult to manage, and the chances for selection may be listen. So this is important. Then do practice to be a competent while speaking. If you are not competent, so you should try your best. You should improve your status before appearing in interview. So you can record, you can surf on internet, you can mimicry or remember by heart a few good sentences can be used in interview. Record your voice, then listen. If you are yourself satisfied, it means you may satisfy your employer in your interview session. So this is important. Before appearing in an interview, we should do practice. We should sort out solution to our limits. So this is important. Then a good way of speaking to deliver ideas and convince the employer. The same thing that we should have great qualities, we should have command, we should have ideas, how to convince the employer. The way of communication, strong way of communication is required. Don't be informal. Always be formal. Don't use slang words. Okay. Don't do it mean clean your teeth with your tongue. Don't touch. Don't play with your nail or whatever. Okay. Don't use some informal word during interview. So these are very important points for an interviewee. And without these points,